All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the Hit Show. We just did the music review. Follow us on Facebook at the Hit Show Podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. You see the subjects below. Today we're gonna talk about false allegations. We talk a little bit about Haiti and men's unconditional love. We got some good subjects to talk about. We're gonna start with false allegations. Y'all know recently Bill Cosby got out of prison. I told y'all before I felt like he was innocent, and I know I bring him up. I done brought him up 3 times the last 3 weeks, but he's not the only person that I feel like been falsely accused. You know, a lot of men are falsely accused of rape and drugging women, and they get sentenced and have to go to jail and prison for something they never did, and when they find out that they're actually not guilty of it, nothing happens to the person that made the false allegations. You know, shouldn't there be some type of discipline for somebody who makes a false allegation and really messes up somebody else's life? I don't know.
Is that true? Is there no consequence? No charge? I think there is a charge for that.
You got to look at it.
Is it civil court you go to?
You got to look at it.
But where's the felony? Where's their jail time?
Well, 2 points that he made. The first one was the Bill Cosby thing. Now, anybody that did their research and know what really happened with the situation, the man wasn't released because he was found innocent. The man was released on the technicality. So at the end of the day, he could have still did some shit. He might not have. I wasn't there. But that's a whole other situation. That's a technicality that he got released.
So he was released on a technicality?
Yes.
Would you also agree he was locked up on a technicality?
That it. See,
so I mean,
okay. Right. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Okay. Because what they locked him up on was his confessions of what they weren't supposed to use against him in court in the first place.
Because they forced him to
release him. So yeah, it worked both ways. So I guess he got.
But
he got
my
his
thing,
back.
if you confess to it, why he still ain't in there?
And then the second part that you touched on,
he ain't confessed to rape.
Was the fact of there not being consequences. You got to look at these cases. How many of the cases was it actually went back and it was found that these women or this person lied on that person? I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at the cases where it was found that they flat out lied, or they found out that there was a fabrication in the story, that there was some type of punishment. I do agree, whatever you was about to give old boy or old girl who was accused, the accuser should get the same punishment.
Exactly.
But that's the fine line of when do you figure out, or when do you go back and find out, okay, yeah, we know for sure this person lied.
Well, the one model Janice, whatchamacallit, she came out and said she just made the story up to sell her book. So
was she one of the ones that got him convicted?
She didn't testify. I think she didn't want. She ended up not wanting to go testify.
She covered her ass.
Yeah, she might have went and testified it, but she was just saying all that shit up until the point where it was like they was about to start really pressing her ass, and she was like, you know what, I made that shit up for my book. So
there's one down.
Right.
That's one person admitting it. So I don't think no consequences have happened yet, and if anything were to happen, it would need to be Bill to press charges against her, like a defamation lawsuit.
But then it'll turn into, what proof do you have that she lied?
She said it.
But
her situation. But I mean, you still got.
But where's the proof that he did it? Where's the proof that he did? That's my thing. Why does you have to prove that she lied? Where's the proof that he actually did it, though?
You're supposed to say that before you even start your whole line of argument.
I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm just saying, and that's what it's going to turn into. At the end of the day,
when you falsely accuse a black man of raping, especially white women,
you better have your right.
You don't need no fucking
proof.
You
already need the right before you can't be like right afterwards. Like, oh shit. Oh, you need to have your eyes dotted.
This is crazy.
Were you dragging a man to jail for 4 years? How long was he locked up?
Like 3 years.
3 years.
But he's not the only one.
Yeah, And he's not the
He
only
was in there,
one that's in this position.
Let's go deep with this false allegation shit though.
There's a football player, a college player who
Y'all know who Emmett Till is?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm looking for the lady's name.
He
What's
got
her
killed.
name?
He was a boy that got
There
drowned
you go.
in the Mississippi River or something like that. They beat him.
No, not
Emmett
that.
Till's-
He got
Her name was
They beat him
Carolyn
to death.
Bryant.
yeah.
The lady's name who lied against him. If Bill Cosby can be convicted at 81 years old, then why isn't charges being brought up?
I'm gonna tell you right
Bryant
now.
Donham, Carolyn Bryant Donham. Let me get
Oh,
her
that's
name
the
out
second
there
one.
for the
'cause-
record.
Okay.
For
That's two.
accessory to murder for having Emmett Till killed and confessing.
Oh,
in
yeah, okay,
2017,
yeah,
and
exactly.
She lied about the entire ordeal.
Yes, sir.
Does it say
Emmett
why,
Till.
or is it just an
Does
article?
it say why she lied?
No, what I'm saying, does it say why there weren't no charges brought up on
I
her?
can
No,
tell you-
The question is if.
Oh, they're
because
just
none of that
asking
been
why.
brought. She came out and gave her testimony.
Oh, they're just asking why. I thought it was an
Yeah,
article saying why they didn't.
exactly.
Okay, I get.
No, yeah, exactly.
Right.
We know why.
She's come out and giving her testimony. Her name is Carolyn Brian Donald.
And nothing has ever happened.
No, we know why.
It's just another story for history. She's still
We- Exactly.
sit chilling in her
History.
house, drinking sweet tea, unsweet.
That's what happened.
It's a history of false allegations. So I said that to make this point. It's a history of false allegations. We go to Emmett Till, but it's way past that. So, what is the root? Why does this happen? Like, and specifically, we talking about to black men. Why does it seem like black men get a lot of allegations towards them?
Now, one of you guys, I don't know if it was you or James, said that it would have to be Bill that would have to press the charges. Is that the case, man, or just like at the end of it, we just want our name cleared to be done with it and over with, or is it they really have to go, or they just don't want that? That's basically what I'm asking. Like they just don't want to press the charges. They just want to be done with it. My name's cleared. I'm good. I'm over it. Example, Deshaun Watson going on right now. He got what, 22,
Yeah.
23, 24 cases against him.
Yeah.
If it comes out that these women lied on him, does he then have to turn around and press the charges, or is he cool with like,
He shouldn't have to
haha,
press
my name
charges.
was cleared, I told y'all I ain't do that shit, and he's good, and he just good with that?
The way
or
I-
should he then turn around, press charges, or does the state do that? Like, that's what I want to know.
The
Like,
way
who,
I feel about
who
it,
would pick up the charges?
if somebody falsely accuses something that could mess up your life, it automatically you should be disciplined because you trying to mess up somebody else's life
So you're saying the state should pick up the charges
automatically.
automatically?
But
If they don't, then you feel Deshaun Watson himself should
yes,
go
he
through
should.
it.
Yeah,
Do you think he would?
no,
Sometimes they do file civil suits.
some of them. Yeah,
You don't hear about the civil suits. Just like the civil suit that took OJ down.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
you know, he didn't
Right,
get- He didn't
right.
get caught for the murder. They came and attacked his estate. They took everything from him,
yeah,
stripped the naked pretty much.
right.
Except for
Yeah, you're right.
So does that? And I'm saying, does that answer the question? So
No.
is it
No,
us
it
as
doesn't,
men?
but-
Is it us as men that don't go and file these charges?
No.
But what
I'm
charge do
saying
you
why
file
do they
for being?
fuck the after effect? I'm saying what puts them in the mindset of wanting to place false allegations on.
Because they look at
So easy to do.
black men because they already look at us as we're guilty already.
You don't think it's deeper than that? You don't think it's a tactic?
That is true.
You don't think it's a
And-
tactic
and-
to derail?
And
It's
black
easy.
black
Whether-
men are already a target.
When it
Because-
comes to rape and domestic violence, whether you're found guilty or not, if you go back and look into history, it ruins your career.
It ruins you. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's
You know
my
what I'm
point.
saying?
Thank you.
It's
Okay.
always attached to your name, no matter what you do in life.
Exactly. Yep.
Just Marv Albert just retired. The shit that they were talking about happened. He just retired. What was that? They said it happened, what, 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I know I was a kid when it happened because I remember it. And I was shocked that he was still on TV. And now that he retired, they want to bring up something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, no matter what you do,
They gotta throw dirt on your legacy.
it's always there. So whether they get you or not, they still got you. It's easy that way. You can't pin a murder on somebody without
But
somebody
you still
being physically
you
dead.
still throwing dirt on their name and making them look bad even though they didn't do it. It's a tactic.
Back to your question though, what makes these women throw false allegations? What I think though makes these women throw false allegations is, well, there's several reasons. It's not just one. One could be monetary. Some of these women are gold diggers.
Right.
Some of these women do want to tarnish your legacy. Some of these women, when I say tarnish your legacy, I mean by the powers that be.
Yeah.
you may be out here on some woke shit like Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out Kwame.
Yes.
Yes. Just because he's relevant right now, because there's a list of people that I can go through, but I'm not going to do that. And yeah, so like I say, this is a strategy to either take black men down or to come up in status.
So it's not even the women.
Those are the two reasons.
It ain't even the women at that point.
No.
When it's the gold diggers, it is the women.
Well, at that point,
because
I mean, the women
sometimes
take a man
they
down.
don't have to be motivated by the whole elite to get the job done. They're
There
just
you
doing
go.
it for personal gain.
I'm in like in a powers that be situation. And look, we need you to go and listen. Now I'm
Oh
saying,
yeah,
like, we need you to go and say this, that,
in terms of Bill Cosby, I'm saying that with the powers that be. He was trying to buy
Right.
Comcast, I believe, right?
NBC.
He was trying to buy NBC. Excuse me.
And it's funny how Byron Allen just bought up a lot of stuff.
Wait, who was trying to buy Comcast then he sued him when they blocked him, and then he ended up losing.
I'm not sure.
Bald-headed guy.
I'm not hip to
Was
that.
it might have been Byron Allen? 'Cause Byron Allen just bought a whole bunch of stuff. As soon as Bill Cosby get out, he bought a whole bunch of stuff.
But somebody
Nothing against Byron Allen for buying stuff, but my thing is, what was wrong with Bill Cosby
So let me
buying
ask y'all this.
NBC?
Let me ask you, I want all y'all to chime in on this. So at this point, now that Bill's been released, because I've actually had this conversation with a few people, does that stop him from buying NBC?
I'm gonna tell you, yeah, why it does. Because the reason why he probably won't be buying NBC now, he's what, 86 years old?
Yeah.
He's feeling like I only got a few years left. They put me in prison for trying to buy it. I'm gonna leave them people alone.
I feel you, but it wasn't
Byron
about him buying it.
Allen is his name.
Okay.
So you were exactly right. You were talking about Byron Allen. He
Yes.
tried to buy Comcast.
Yeah.
Then he ended up suing them. Luckily, they didn't Bill Cosby him.
Because they already had Bill Cosby.
They already.
They had the Bill Cosby.
See? You see how these people work?
No, but you're making a good point, James, because James making a good point. Because this is what they do energy-wise. They know they on some bullshit. So what they'll do, I'm trying to think who they... Meek Mills. So when they on bullshit with black men, they know they can't have them all locked up at
the same time. Dr. Umar said that.
What they'll do, they free Meek Mill, right? I heard it from Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
On the Breakfast Club.
It was, they freed Meek Mill.
Yep.
And then they locked up Bill Cosby right after that, though. Because they knew if they had both of them in there on them bullshit, iffy-ass charges, niggas would have been in an uproar like, come on now, you targeting niggas. This shit obvious. So, that's true.
It's speculative, but okay.
Well, yeah, you go Bill Cosby, Meek Mill. That's kind of, I don't know, but I think they, I don't know. My whole situation is, did it really, besides for James saying him being 86 years old and they feeling, I don't know if your point was saying that they would try and get him again, but did him going to jail, ultimately he got out. Does this still stop him from buying the network that he wanted to buy?
Yeah, because
I don't think it's about him buying it and owning it for X amount of years. It's about him buying it and putting on for other people. It ain't about buying NBC and I'm Bill Cosby, I own NBC.
No.
It's about when I'm gone, because let's be real, he probably ain't gonna live much longer. Then he might. God bless him, he might. But I don't think it's about him owning NBC, or it ever was about him owning NBC just to say I'm Bill Cosby and I own NBC. Like, what did you want to do with this? Did he want to bring in more black shows? Did he want to, like...
Question.
Well,
How many black people right now own any type of communications network or broadcasting networks?
That's
Can you name it?
major?
I could not, no.
That's major.
No.
Bob Johnson did at one point, but he don't no more.
None.
Oprah owns the OWN network.
But he said black.
Oprah is black, nigga.
No, her color's black, but she's not black.
Oh, I know that one. I know that.
How many is
I
it?
ain't even heard of these.
I
didn't
I don't
that
know
was
any.
even black, first
You
of
see
all.
what I'm
But
saying?
right,
They're trying to keep it that way.
right. No, I feel you with that. That's what I'm
So-
saying. So like,
Why is that?
so what I'm saying is, does he not? Did him going to jail? Did that stop the residual money that he was making to buy
That
it?
stopped black people from having a media outlet to broadcast our perspective, our point of view, and a counter narrative to what's going on.
So at this point now,
Do you see what I'm saying? The same reason they infiltrated the Black Panthers, the same reason they infiltrated and ran
Yes, sir.
pro operatives on a lot of black power movements.
what I'm
period.
asking y'all now is, if he wanted to still buy NBC, would he be stopped Yeah, that's what I'm
If he
saying.
actually tried to
Unless
buy
he
it,
had-
I'll
unless
be
he had-
honest.
Unless he had a Caucasian counterpart to go in as a business partner, yes.
Okay.
I gotta
That's all
I
I'm
gotta
asking.
disagree.
Him being out, is it still stopping him? So either way, no matter what,
I gotta be honest. I gotta
just-
disagree
he
with
just needs to
A1.
leave NBC alone.
I gotta disagree with A1. But if he actually went and
On
tried,
what part?
wait now. If he actually went and tried to buy NBC, I don't think, because of what we all know, I don't think they would stop him. But I think he would stop himself from buying NBC.
It doesn't make no sense. Why would
Bill
you stop?
Cosby?
I said if he was going to
Because
try
Bill
to buy
Cosby
NBC
didn't. Since he
Wait,
went to
hold on,
wait,
man.
listen though.
Listen what he just
Listen. Since he already went to prison, and they didn't put all this. Think how old he is, how stressed he was. He's not worried about buying that shit no more.
Yeah.
He's 3 years older. Listen,
He ain't.
I'm asking you.
he's legally
I'm
blind.
asking you a question. You're not answering my question.
So he does not want to probably really buy it anymore because of the stress and what he went through of trying to buy it.
That's
before.
cool. What I'm saying
But
is,
he's
if-
gonna stop. He's mentally stopping himself from getting it.
I'm asking if he still wanted to. Would he? I'm saying
Would they give him a problem?
They put him in jail to stop him from that.
No,
him
they-
not dying in jail or being in jail for the rest of his life, that does not ultimately stop him from buying NBC. That's what.
No,
I'm
it
saying.
doesn't. But he's stopping himself. I don't think NBC would give him a problem because we all know.
I agree.
We
like,
all
I'm
know what the
leaving
real
this shit
problem
alone.
was.
I agree. He probably like, I'm leaving this shit alone.
Right. If he really wanted to, now he probably could buy it. Because it makes them look bad. He got out of it. If he really did rape them women, a black man can't rape a white woman and just get out of jail.
So if you was Bill
There's
Cosby,
no way you can
so
do
if
that.
you was Bill
Right,
Cosby
right.
going
Just
off.
so you know, Bill Cosby was accused of rape by 60 different women.
But my thing is this.
60 different.
This is my thing. When
Not
you,
that I think he did it.
if
Just
you're
to
black,
let you know.
let me ask you
Really
something.
went to 60 different women and was like, "Yo, I need."
that doesn't make sense. 40 years
Accused don't
later.
mean shit to me.
For 60 different women to not speak up about their story.
For
so
40
you-
years?
That's fishy to me.
So
Yeah.
which one do you want to? You think he just had the odds in his favor for 30 years?
That don't make sense. And he's
He
black.
couldn't get 1 out of 60 to tell their story the whole time. Come on. So which one is it? I see what you're saying. Now you got to make a choice. See, people don't think of the alternate. People only go with the narrative, and that's scary.
No, I feel what you. I feel what you're saying.
People turn into the masses when you put them in a group.
My whole thing
And they
is
start.
again.
Yeah.
Is this would this stop him
I like
today
where you're going
from
with it.
buying NBC? And
Well,
James,
you can't buy it from jail.
This is my thing though. I like where A1's coming from, and I gotta add to
that
it.
is, you can't buy it from jail, my nigga.
I gotta add to what you're saying, cause this the thing. When you put 60 women in a room, and my friend said this, and you tell them a lie. If one of them agrees on it, women will come together and agree on the shit because they want to agree and be
Well,
unified.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not
it's
trying to be funny. I'm being serious.
I think this is
So,
a proven experiment, though.
It's proven.
It is true.
It's
I would
proven.
agree. I
So
would
just because
agree.
one of them
That's
said, yeah, he
36%.
raped me, I'm not saying the man did, but honestly, my personal opinion, Bill Cosby, as popular as he was, and the type of person he was, he didn't have to rape anybody.
Right. I don't.
Now.
Don't get me wrong. I don't believe he.
I don't believe
any
they
of these
turned their
women are
back
saying that
and
he
he
held
said,
them down,
"Bam."
and I don't believe any of these women.
I believe we's all getting fucked up
So
together.
that's the point, though. We're talking about the false allegations, so we kind of
Right, the
get
actual-
off subject. We
yeah.
kind of talk about
Okay.
Bill too much.
If you, I'm not saying that any of these women.
But he's a
ever
good
said,
example.
Yeah, but we talk about false
rape,
allegations
by rape,
in
the
general.
allegations was he drugged me and did whatever. None of these women are actually saying that he held them down and raped them. Are we correct?
You know what this is reminiscent
Correct.
of?
Okay.
That
so
is
in
correct.
the court of law,
So-
in the court of, so they
For
just
some
okay.
odd reason, this is reminiscent of when Michael Jordan's dad died, rest in peace, because he owed a gambling debt.
Right.
But wait a
This
minute.
is another
Wait,
story.
okay, hold on. You
People would be like, what? Like if it was the other way around,
That's
but it came
crazy.
out proven to be true.
That's
That
true.
shit
So
crazy.
this is another crazy story about an entertainer from my childhood years who's like, and
That's
it's just
another
what
one.
left of
Damn.
them. And like,
Yep.
where did their life go? So now, I'm looking back like, whoa.
Bill was
Other
trying to.
times there ended up being other parties at play to help this situation get to where it was.
Because-
it's just like now it seems
I
like
like how
it's
you
the
stay
same thing
neutral.
all
You just-
over.
He was
You
trying to
represent
bring the
in
90s
Bill
back.
has the exact same feel about it. Like
He
that's
was-
all I'm saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Right.
this has the same feel.
Because he was trying to bring the 90s back.
Who?
The 90s,
Bill?
when we had black television, it was positive. When you look at the 90s, the black people were unified. They had families. They were going to college. They were building businesses.
Right.
NBC 2021, how many black shows do you see where you see families? Only
You don't.
only Tyler Perry. That's it.
No,
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson got a show.
He
Like
do,
the
but
career
but
LGBT
but guess what?
Chris
It's not it's
Rock
not
had a
it's not
show.
ruled by
But
black
it's
people.
all got to be something
not ruled by
making
black
fun
people.
of black people, though.
It's
It's
parodies.
not-
You're
but
right.
what-
They all parodies.
it's
The
not ruled
Cosby
by
Show
black.
wasn't about making fun of black people to have it entertaining or shit like that. Now everything you look at Blackish, you look at the Tyler Perry, everything is stereotype,
Yeah.
and we doing it to ourselves. All the Medea movies, Blackish on TV.
So why do you think
the
Bill
shit
Cosby
that
wanted to
Marlon
buy
Wayans got
NBC?
to deal with Netflix, but all his shit is black stereotype. I've watched this shit. I see this shit on Netflix. Yeah, they handing out $1 million deals to niggas, but at the end of the day, you got to turn around and
And
you got to
make fun of your own
stereotype your
people.
own people.
Yeah.
You got to make fun of your own people, or they put niggas in dresses to get this bread.
Yeah.
Do y'all
They
think?
put, the narrative that they push it at the end of the.
Do y'all think that's fair though? Because there is alternative TV though.
There is.
We do.
You
I
ain't
know.
no-
ain't
I
no
watch-
money in it.
Nope. I watch alternative black shit that
Ain't no
I feel
money.
like black
Examples.
people don't watch.
Now, what do you mean
For
by
the people who
alternative?
don't
Like
know.
Lovecraft County.
Is that a show? Or
That
It's a
is?
show.
I did not know that.
I ain't never heard of that
That's
shit.
a black show.
I did not know that.
The Watchmen was a
On
good
HBO,
black
right?
TV show. I was telling all black people to watch The Watchmen. Niggas ain't watch that. It's niggas just they kind of picking. They
Brainwashed.
They they is brainwashed.
That's what it
They
is.
want to watch that bullshit. to
Niggas
be
is
honest.
brainwashed. Just like you. No, I'm not even gonna. Let me shut up.
What
Never
you about to
mind.
say?
Just like the niggas that always be arguing with me on Facebook when I be telling y'all brainwashed by voting. Let me just shut up. Let me shut up. Let me
Why,
shut up.
why bring it up?
Let me shut up.
Because I made
Because
it.
I'm about to get going. Let
All right,
me
let's
shut
change
up.
the subject off this false allegation shit. Let's get on that.
But it's a good subject.
It is, but we've been talking about Bill Cosby right
We ain't got to talk about Bill.
I know, I didn't want to talk about Bill. That's why I said
I don't
false
know the guy's
allegations.
But
name.
again, so it's on us as men. So what you said is the state's not going to do it, especially if it's a white woman that accused a black man. The state is not going to go back after they recant their story and press the charges. So basically, when we come to the conclusion, I don't know if y'all can agree or not. We as men, if somebody come in this room right now, police arrest me, I get falsely accused. Later it comes back, this chick lied on me. It's on me to go press the charges, or should I just be like, my name is clear, I'm good?
Yeah, it's on
Because
you.
at the end of the day, I feel like just
Defamation
like
suit.
Deshaun Watson, he
Fuck
gonna
that.
feel like at the end of the day, why do I even need to carry this on? This need to be done with it. My name is cleared. Bada bing, bada boom. What is it gonna? It's not gonna help my legacy. I've already found innocent. What else is it gonna help me to now turn around and press these charges? That's all. That's the only thing I'm saying. Is that how they're thinking, or should they just be like, you know what, you motherfucker, you lied. I'm pressing these charges. You're going to jail. Because that's
I don't know.
me being who I am. But again, I'm not making millions of dollars. I don't have to defend that name and then later go back and be like, no, y'all see, I didn't do this shit. Now it's on you.
Well, we
I
all
don't
know he didn't do it.
I think you should
Do y'all
press
feel
charges.
Bill should press charges?
Yes.
Okay. That's
All
what I'm
the
asking.
hoes.
Like, is it on us?
Excuse my language.
But if he press charges, you know what's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna stick. They'll make
It ain't
sure.
gonna stick because he fucked up and he played his part though because he did give him drugs. He ain't gonna win.
So
won't
again,
win.
I would press charges on the two that came out and said they lied on me.
so in his situation, he just thinking, all right, I'm good. My name, I'm good.
His name's cleared, and he only
Well,
got
I mean,
a couple
you-
years to
you-
live.
And that's fine. But it ain't fine though because that nigga
Right,
lost
that's
3 years
what-
of his
that's what I'm
life.
saying.
He lost NBC, so at the end of the day, they won. They got what the fuck
But
they wanted.
his family, his kids, and all them, they should take legal action and get a lawyer and say, you know what, we're gonna clear my dad's name for good.
They're not gonna do it if he's not
They
gonna
ain't
do
doing
it.
that.
Though.
This is something that a lot of people in the black community don't do, period, just on the basis of no snitching. We won't even snitch on the police who doing us dirty.
True.
Because half the time we know we doing a lot of dirty.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, when people do encounter bad police in situations like that, the first step is to file a report with their supervisor and then go to internal affairs, which there's one in every downtown.
Right.
And these are the steps that you go through to file a complaint. And you have to keep calling, you have to press, and you have to show up. to make sure these complaints are filed and ran through. This is the only way, because you can get a cop reprimanded for something silly. Like, if a cop walks up to me and just asks me for my ID randomly because I'm walking down the street, I don't have to give him my ID. This isn't Nazi Germany. You can't stop me and just ask me for my papers. You have to be able to reasonably articulate a crime that I'm about to commit or that one that I've just committed.
Right.
So if you can't do the two, you can't just pull hey, you have your ID in your pocket. No, you have to give me your name. No, I don't.
Know your rights, people.
I don't have to just say my name to you and give you my, because you feel like running me today. Like, you have to be in the act of a crime, or they have to pretty much say, hey, you just came from this one.
Right. Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If not, there would be no difference between this and what Hitler was running,
Right.
where they just pull you over and stop you. But this is something simple that you can get a cop pulled off of their job and put on a desk for. And they do it every day.
Okay.
Because they'll say you're a threat to the community and a threat to the rights that we've instilled to people. So rights are a privilege. We've given these privileges out.
It's just us to test
You're
it.
violating them. At the same time, they don't educate these cops because if they keep them ignorant, they can act in clear conscience. Because as soon as you start learning the law, they won't even be able to pull anybody over. Like, oh, this is a farce. Like, it's crazy.
Imagine if everybody knew the law.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Them
If
niggas
everybody
really
knew the
be-
law, you wouldn't go to court.
No, but the way a lot of the police acting shit, you might not make it to court. The way they acting, they're gonna shoot your ass if you piss off the wrong
I done
one.
told my story before. I had a whole ass detective stalked in my whole life when I was younger. This nigga he was talking to my girlfriend. He used to go to try to flirt with my girl at the bar, and he used to tell her like, "Don't talk to him. He a dirty slime ball street dude and shit." He used to shit on me.
The police said call you dirty slime ball.
But the thing was, he was at the bar
buster.
getting drunk every night,
Right.
and then driving home, nigga.
Well, you already know what that's about.
The
man.
fuck?
You already know what that is.
Shit
man.
crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong with drinking and driving. That's what you want to
The
do.
police are the
Living
biggest
the world
gang,
double
the
standard.
biggest gang in America. They have the same no snitching policy that the streets have.
Yep.
They won't tell on each other.
Right.
That's what another reason why I say there is no good cop, which me and James go back and forth with a lot because he's friends with a lot of cops. But at the same time, I say, even if they haven't done dirt, they've seen dirt done, turned the other cheek, and had to get on the elevator
So
and
it's
go
the
up to their office.
It's the system.
So they're complicit at that point.
Yeah, it's the
Because
whole-
they will hold you complicit if you saw a crime being committed and didn't do anything.
It's not the same.
Now
It's
you're actually okay.
I'm gonna say it's not the same as also the regular job where you see a nigga swipe, extra $10 out the register, you snitch on him, you go find another job. This is your career. You got to see these dudes every single day, every time you punch in on the clock, and not on top of that, but you got to make sure that you trust them and you trust them that if you get into a situation where there's a hostile
Your life.
suspect and you get to shooting, you gotta make sure that they got your back. They know that you, man, like it's a lot to it. Same thing is on the streets, like he said. If you my nigga, I'm not going to the bar with you, or I'm not going here, I'm not going there. If I don't trust that we get in a situation, you ain't gonna hold me down. I'm not going. It's the same. Or if we do some shit, I know I can take you with me because you ain't gonna say nothing.
It's training day.
If the
Shit.
case is the opposite.
Training day.
It's training day.
It's training day,
If the case
baby.
is the opposite, then there need to be more stories on television.
Right.
Going ahead and reporting good cops turning in bad cops for the conduct they're committing. But I haven't seen one episode
Chris
Dorner,
ever
wait a
in
minute.
life of that happening.
Chris Dorner.
I
So
seen
that
one
lets
guy-
you know that every single cop, even the guy who flags traffic, is complicit.
Have we all watched The
What's
Wire?
going on?
Have we all watched The Wire? For the most part, there was plenty of examples on there where the cops turned on each other and snitched, and what it turned into. It's almost worse as a cop.
It's Chris
What you
Dorner.
get- the way you get treated when you snitch, then almost on the streets, they'll kill you. They're not gonna kill you as a cop, but you might as well be dead because anything, man.
Yep.
Imagine what they doing in
They
the
don't
streets.
fuck with
They
your
locking
head.
you out.
Right?
You
It's,
go ahead and
it's
snitch.
even worse.
Hey, no, it's not even worse. It's the same thing. You've seen, how many movies have you seen on TV projecting the image of these cops, being dirty cops, somebody
Oh my
standing
God.
up, the whole force trying to whack them out, the
Right.
lying, you know what I'm saying, and sicking the whole energy of, that's the biggest gang in America.
Yeah.
It's only one way in and there's no way out.
Training day.
It's literally
Training
training
Day,
Literally
Brooklyn's
Training
Finest.
Day.
with
All the movies
oh
is
my
based
God.
on
Those
reality.
movies happen
But
on
this is a
SNL.
good segue to our next shit with this Haiti shit. So, Haiti,
Go ahead.
the assassination of the Haitian president, right?
Haiti.
So
Well,
when it first came out, motherfuckers was ha ha he
Right.
the Haitians overthrowing their president, they don't like that nigga, blah blah blah. And I was telling niggas like that's not the case. It's never the case with countries that are independent and black. That's not what happened. This shit ain't what happened, cause we could name all of them, and I ain't gonna go down the list. It's a lot of them. They always say it's the people that did it and overthrew the dictators.
the who?
The people that overthrew the
Okay.
dictators. But it's never the people. It's
Yeah.
always some infiltration, some big
Yeah.
government that
It's
backed
always
in and did some bullshit.
Some military coup.
Some military coup. So this is what happened with Haiti. These niggas, the DEA trained about 15 Dominican agents, right? At one point. They probably was planning this whole time, but they said they just trained them at one point, right? And then the Dominican Republic DEA agents that were trained by U.S. agents that America just admitted to the other day that, yeah, we did train them niggas. They said they got 2 Haitian informants, so 2 Haiti people, I'll give you that. I don't know if they snitched on the whereabouts or timing, but they played a part. And
Sounds like Scandal.
sound like Scandal to me.
Sounds like Scandal.
So y'all watch Scandal?
Little espionage sprinkled
That's
in there.
all of that. So
What's the little secret group they had that old girl Olivia Pope Day was running?
I'm not familiar. Educate me. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well on the show Scandal, pretty much
Oh, Olivia Pope from Scandal. Okay.
it pretty much break down politics and the dirty side that we don't see.
The deep state.
Yeah, pretty much. And a big lawyer. She was a big lawyer, and her father was in the military, but he had out of that military, he had his own group of guys that would do dirty work. And he had his own group for many years that we won't hear about. But that sounds like what happened over there
There's definitely a lot of rogue groups
that we never hear about.
The America period has been involved in a number of military coups overthrowing democratically elected leaders in their own country. Now the same thing, we got mad at Russia about some emails. Imagine sending a whole military group to kill a president, remove him, and install somebody else. America's currently involved in that.
It's somebody
Venezuela.
else's shit.
Yeah, right in our backyard, right now. We're in Venezuela right now. They have the second largest oil reserve in the world.
Do they? I didn't
And
know
once
that.
that was discovered, we've been on their ass ever since. Like,
We
hey,
know what,
hold
just-
up,
just-
it's
well,
right there, baby.
just
You
like
keep
when
words.
Bush
you
and-
keep this for y'all people. What do you mean?
Just like when Bush was,
You know
was
what I'm saying?
president and we was looking for weapons of mass destruction.
They ain't found a firecracker.
They ain't find shit but all that oil
They ain't
over there.
found a firecracker.
And gas $3 a gallon.
And opium, oil and opium, baby. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on.
This is
man.
what's going on. As long as we got some type of vested interest overseas and it's a third world
We'll
country,
find a reason to get it.
we're gonna go in that bitch because
Especially if they're dark skinned.
especially if they're dark skinned. We don't discriminate though, because if you a third world country, we coming to that bitch, nigga.
Because they know they ain't got.
Hey,
they don't have the military.
Give me a
defense.
Caucasian third world country then. I just
I
can't
mean,
think of one. Not to say
Vietnam,
that- I can't- okay.
we was thirsty.
Well, Vietnam.
But
They
not
black
white.
to
They're
me.
not Caucasian.
Shit, I
I
know.
don't even know if they're third world. They're third world.
Who, Vietnam?
Vietnam now after the bombs, but where were they considered prior?
Shit.
Were they?
There's a lot of jungle.
That
over
shit
there.
was
I
fucked
think that's
up
second
then.
world. That's like a second world.
It's about
country.
second
It
world,
was
yeah.
Second world.
But-
It wasn't destitute and
If you ain't
You
a
know-
superpower, put it like that.
okay.
If you ain't a
Exactly.
superpower,
If you
they
ain't like the
coming for your
U.S.,
shit.
you pretty much third world.
I pretty much
You
say
ain't
there
got
has to be some natural resource that you're sitting on.
Yes.
There's reasons why they're coming for your shit because it's never personal, and we have to remember that when it's the American government, it's always business. This is a business.
Power.
Like
It's
a
about
Western
power.
resource.
This is a
territory.
business. The U.S. is remember. Don't think the land you're sitting on. When you think U.S., you have to think business and economy because it's a corporation.
Yeah.
First, foremost, and it operates on that principle. So when we go in somewhere, it's business. What do they have that we want? So as soon as you see us attacking somebody, you start having to think, what resources do they have? What do they have that we're going after, really? Because
sometimes it's not resources though either. It's a lack of willing to bend the knee.
give me Give
So
me a state that has one but not the other. Yeah. I think
like
it's
Haiti,
disorderly.
that's what I'm talking about. Like Haiti, they don't have resources to offer nobody. They just in there because Haiti not bending the knee. Period. And to me, that's even more sinister, bitch. Like just because we want to bow down and do our own thing, y'all bitch asses want to fucking come fuck with us. That's fucked up.
I
Like
don't know.
It's power. It's picking on
Let
who
me
you
see
can
if
pick
Haiti
on.
has oil or
I
something.
can't really
Some Haiti got
too
to
much
have
on the
some.
Cuban.
Haiti got
situation.
money, nigga, because they got people. So they want control of your territory and your people so they can make money off you and do what they want. That's all that is. But
Well, did you say
Haiti
something
is
earlier?
deeper. I think Haiti is literally because they one of the African
vaccine,
countries that
boy.
ain't bent the knee. They drove the French out of there. They did a lot of things that pissed off Europeans and just a lot of motherfucking superpowers in general.
Did you?
I'm over here
So
on
they get
Google,
picked
right?
on.
I just typed in Haiti oil reserves on Google. And I'm just going to read you the little 5-line paragraph. The oil reserves are estimated that they could be larger than those of Venezuela.
They in Venezuela
And,
now.
and I actually misquoted it when I said they have the second largest oil reserves. Venezuela accurately has the third largest oil reserves in the world right now. So that would actually
Haiti would be
put
second.
Haiti in number 2. Like I said, they're sitting on top of something that they don't even. Here's what they do: when a country that's, I want to say melanated, but you can say third world because some people have different perspectives on why they invade these countries. Mine is that they have to have a number of components. One is definitely melanated because they're not invading anything European or anything close to that. So when you have that and you're sitting on some type of minerals or anything, they destabilize the country and they can't even invest in their own infrastructure to reap the benefits of what they have.
Do you mean America though? You talking about America?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant superpowers in general. Because superpowers in general, you got to think about Lithuania and Russia. They literally invade their neighbors and then destabilize them and do all that shit. They cutthroat to each other up there.
Shit, we
So
cut through
America,
That's a scenario that may be similar, but if we're talking about in the instance of Venezuela and Russia are actually allies, and Venezuela and them have like a barter, have a trade system where they're trading the natural gas. Because Venezuela is sitting on a bunch of natural gas that America wants to come in, and they're not like sharing it with us, and they're not trading on the euro, dollar, etc.
that's America.
Well,
Yeah, maybe I'm
but-
talking about superpowers invading
when
third
you say
world countries.
superpowers, you're right. That's why I said
That's
we're
what I'm
both
talking-
right,
they
because
petty.
America is the superpowers, like watchdog, guard dog.
Mhm.
It's like the superpowers sit America on everybody like we're the police. Do you see? We're the only one invading all these dictators.
No, you got
Right. Who else is invading dictators?
Russia.
Oh, you're bad to your people, so we need to bomb your whole country.
No, Russia
How do bombs
and China.
on a free country, a sovereign country, solve the problems of them, the dictator treating them bad? What it does is make conditions worse.
Yeah.
How do these embargoes and these trade restrictions make the country better? It makes it harder to feed the people. It makes it harder to get things imported. They can't get medicine. They can't get COVID vaccines. Then they want to say, "Oh, your people can't get this. Now we have to bomb you." It's a double. It's the biggest double standard.
Yep.
And it's scary once. I don't know. I mean, once you realize what's going on, it's pretty mixed
America.
up.
No, you're right. 'cause
sad.
It's
America
America fucked up, but the superpowers in general is all
Yeah.
fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
We're
Because
like-
I don't know if y'all familiar with the USSR and what that is and what that was.
Okay.
The Soviet Union of Russia. Y'all hip to that?
Right. They just
It's the
changed-
same
they just
shit,
changed
but
the
they
name.
did that shit to their
What
neighbors.
era was that?
So
That
it was
the
the
90s?
it was not 1900s and
They just changed
up
the
to the
name.
1980s,
Okay.
up
Up
to
until
all
1980s.
yeah.
Did
It's
they build the Great Wall, etc.?
Yep, and that was Germany though. That was the
Okay.
Wall of Berlin. That's where I was born at in Germany. So you got that shit everywhere. My point is that I was on that black shit. My thing is with Haiti is deep. This shit is some energy shit. Like these niggas don't want Haiti to succeed at all because they know how powerful Haitians is and how they can be. So they might have resources and minerals and all that shit too. But them niggas is an independent island full of fucking warriors that know their heritage and history.
If they can
They
wipe them
can't
out-
thrive.
If they can wipe them out,
They
and
cannot
send-
thrive.
Grab some shit.
Look,
on the
if they
way
can
out.
wipe them out and send what's the big Exxon over there? See, everything is about money.
Yep.
Like I was saying, America's a corporation first. So, one, you have to think, if you follow the money trail, you'll understand where everything goes back to. Everywhere that they invade, what they do is next is they send these big corporations over. They start mining them for the resources, whether it's opium, whether it's oil. Next, they're going to send Exxon over there, and then our gas is going to go back down. So at the same time, it's like, okay, do I want to complain? I mean, I know what's going on. So it's like, okay, do I want my gas to be a little cheaper, or do I want to save lives?
It can be
I have
cheaper
to
and
scratch my
save
head. Like,
lives.
dang, I'm complaining about $4 a gallon.
Especially how
But
they
if we
raise
go invade
compare-
another country, then hey, everything will be sweet.
But it don't have to.
$2.36.
And how humane is that? That we
raised-
have
see
got
what I'm saying?
we have got
It doesn't
programmed
have
to
to.
think
They
about that.
raised it in the
Because
first
people
place.
will debate that though, like, well,
So
gas
people
prices,
do
blah blah
debate
blah,
like that.
Well,
and
we're the shit. We run everything.
and that's
so.
inhumane as fuck.
Do you see what I'm
Which
saying?
is my
To
point.
somebody come over here and fuck with us.
Hey, there's only one way to stop it, and you know
Because the way our country is right now, we look kind of
that's
soft.
why I want to get up out of here for anything.
Our country looks soft with all this other
Like
shit
that,
going on.
But you kind of don't because, like you said, you is rocking with the bully on the block. So it's like, you know how the bully be beating the nigga up and the niggas cheering him on. But as soon as you say something, get out of line. But oh, you want something too, nigga?
Right,
Are you gonna do that?
Me. Yeah. Why you coming fucking? Yeah.
So are we just gonna keep cheering the bully on?
Nah, I cheer their ass up.
You see what's going on.
Wrong is wrong.
Everything has to fall. Like you said, Rome is Rome. And how long did the Roman Empire last? Every empire must fall eventually. So
And America
it's
ain't
not
been here
even how
long.
will
It's been about
it's not
300
even
years.
Will it fall? It's just how long will it last? Like you said, because
Mm-hmm.
nothing is forever. Every
Yeah, because America only been
it's
here
had
a
its
lot.
reign, and
They could be
and-
plotting
and
against
like
us
a
right
lot of
now.
people
We don't
have
know.
already s- A lot of
They
people
are.
are
I mean, yeah,
already
it's
speaking into existence. Babylon is fallen. It's already fallen. They say that the spiritual awakenings and the knowledge, the age of information, because we're in the age of Pisces right now, it's already fallen. It's just crumbling. We're still.
It could be 10 countries plotting on us right now, allied together, ready to take it up. We don't even know it.
I mean, I'm sure.
If they do that, that'll be part of the plan. So I'm not even worried about it. That'll be part of the fall.
Like all the stuff that we hear, like the little tidbits
Part
of
everything blowing up. stuff
China,
like that.
Russia, North Korea, all that shit, them is like shit that's real. Like motherfuckers don't like us and ain't fucking with us. So
I ain't
we just
trying to
gotta
fuck
be
with
mindful
China
of that
either.
shit.
Fuck, I ain't trying to fuck with none of them.
I'm not afraid of the fall. I feel like it's gotta happen. So if it
Well, I'd rather be
I'm-
over there when it
I'd
happens
rather-
over here.
You're absolutely right. That's it was sucking from over here when the bombs dropped, but I know they're gonna drop and eventually it's gonna flip. Something gonna happen.
Cause are we going to war? Cause the way niggas is moving is reckless. Cause this whole Haiti shit reckless as fuck.
Yeah.
Cause like when we was talking about earlier, that shit is obvious. Like okay, a week later now y'all introducing vaccines and shit. When this nigga was just
that's all I'm
fighting
about to
this
say,
shit,
okay.
he was fighting the fuck out that shit. So y'all take the nigga out, and now a week later y'all booming them bitches in there. So it's like.
Why you right?
I think the oil is a big thing, but the drugs is too. Like just being able to push your drugs where it's like hustling. These niggas is hustlers. They want to come on your block, and if you ain't letting them on your block, they taking you the fuck out, nigga.
I think they use the
And
oil.
so they can sell their drugs. These niggas is cutthroat.
I think they're using the oil as an excuse to get over there for the vaccine. It's not even the oil. They want
It's
that,
all of
that-
it.
that's
It is the
what he
oil.
said.
It's
That's what
all
he said.
everything combined.
It's not even the oil. It's the vaccine because the vaccine is more powerful. And if they can get that vaccine over there and put whatever they want in the vaccine, they know the side effects. They know what they can put in you and control you and use you as a test dummy and control you. And it probably has all types of side effects you might not see for 20 years.
And
It's controlled.
As much as I agree with your thing, I still keep throwing out there too that they denied Venezuela the vaccine. Because I do agree with everything you said, but it still throws me for a loop, and it's something I'm trying to figure out. Why would they deny Venezuela the vaccines when they're trying to invade Venezuela the same as they are Haiti?
Cover up.
Venezuela.
So they don't look too
no,
aggressive.
No.
Because it's like if you don't like Venezuela, you want to invade, and when you want to give them the DSA,
They being assholes because
but
Venezuela want them.
Yeah, the restrictions and
Haiti
the
don't want
they
'em.
have against them.
That's
Okay.
why.
That's why they we being assholes.
Oh, so it's just whatever you
With, like nigga, y'all ain't getting them bitch. Oh,
They
y'all
tryna
want them?
force-
Nope,
they
y'all ain't
tryna-
getting
the
them.
people
Oh,
that
Haiti
want
want
it.
them, or Haiti don't want them? No, y'all about to have these bitches.
who's
Haiti
to
niggas
say-
like-
500,000
want.
vaccines delivered through the company COVAX, donated to Haiti less than a week after the president who refused the vaccines died.
And guess
so let
what?
this be the news.
Who says
we
what-
have to look at things in the whole? You can't
Right.
just look at incidents as isolated incidents. We have to follow the story as it goes, linear, because this is the story.
How do we know it's the same vaccine going to Haiti to
We
Venezuela?
don't.
That's it right there.
What's another country? There was a country who got the vaccines donated to them. Then they tested them on fruit. A lot of the vaccines.
I know what you're talking about. It was the
for
African
COVID.
nigga.
And they didn't even test humans. So it was like the fruit has COVID.
Hell no.
So they knew that a lot of them were
It
filled
might
with
have been.
COVID.
I don't want to be wrong. It
I
might
I think it would have been
Was it
Tanzania.
India?
Google.
No,
This is
no,
free.
it was Tanzania.
It
I
was
think it was
Tanzania?
Tanzania. It might have been
And his
Tanzania.
president was killed also. Well, I don't want to say
Oh.
killed. He died of suspicious
Damn,
cause.
they killed him?
They killed three different presidents died, and they all refused the vaccine. Haiti was the most recent, and the one that had the most suspicious.
Right, so why is this vaccine that important? What's in that vaccine that they just wanted to get to everybody? What's actually in it?
Like Darius said, it's financial. It's about pushing your product on the block.
Pushing the product on the block.
Even if it's
Worst-
donated, even if, you got to remember, even things that are free, somebody still paid for it. So just the fact that you don't have to pay for it doesn't mean that there wasn't $1 million grant that made it possible for you,
Right.
or a big grant. So, like, if you follow the money, you will always get to the root of the problem, because it's never about anything else. It's never personal, especially with the government. It's a corporation first. But what scares me is that this was a world and global affair. So this was something that took place across every country is pushing
Yeah.
this vaccine. Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci have become the rulers of us all. They have us all scared in their house to go outside.
Didn't they send?
They have us all waiting on a special
niggas-
shot to save us.
Correct
So
me
much
if I'm
power.
wrong.
Oh my god, so much power.
I seen something online. Correct me if
Doesn't
I'm
it sound
wrong.
like the biggest scary movie you've ever seen?
The vaccine
I tell niggas it's a
that
magic
Bill
ritual.
Gates had. I seen something online. I don't know if it's true, but since he had his own vaccine, they shipped it to India. I don't know if it's true. I just read it online, and they said it crippled a whole bunch of kids.
It's true. It did happen.
I don't know if
And
it's true,
He was brought up for, he had to
Charges,
go to world
yeah.
court for that.
but
But
you
you
know
know
what he's
he
gonna
got-
get.
Yeah, he got the complexion for the protection. That's what we say. So he's just
But Dr. Sebi was healing people with
Yeah,
natural herbs,
he
and
got
the
locked
nigga
the
ended up
fuck
dead.
In jail.
He dead.
He died in jail. They tried
Probably
to Bill,
did.
that's what they tried to do to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that's how they defame your character too.
Yeah.
And they do that to a lot of big people. They, people that are trying to fix violence, they'll send a gang member to kill you. He was a healer. We're gonna make him die of a common cold. Like, it's just basic stuff.
And he healing people. He
to try to
can't.
counteract
Right.
the whole movement.
And you
It's
follow
something
them.
so simple. Yeah, it's like, hold on.
You dumbasses.
Malcolm X, they sent the Muslim to kill him. It's just like, you know what?
Fake Muslim,
Come
not no
on,
real
man.
one.
Well, he would obviously be.
Yeah, they ain't no real Muslim. All right, let's get to the next subject. Men's unconditional love. This is actually Darius' idea. It was a post up this week, and after this, we're gonna talk about one other thing. But it was a post this week, and what did it say? If women and kids get unconditional love, no matter what, but men only get unconditional love if they're providing. Something like Chris Rock said, and a couple other people posted, and he wanted to talk about it. So I'll let Darius start with that.
So the question was, do men get unconditional love if they have nothing to offer? You know what I'm saying? And by nothing to offer, we mean like financially. Maybe he just like is a homebody. You know, y'all familiar with a trophy wife. Let's say he's a trophy husband.
No
How
such
about that?
thing.
No, it is. Well, we'll debate this. So,
Okay.
trophy husband. So maybe
I've
he
never
just
heard
look
of
good. The nigga look good, and he could fuck you good. How about that? So, but if
In a
he-
marriage, or what are we talking about? It's just in the house?
no, loved unconditionally.
Yeah, that only works so long. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're gonna talk
Okay.
about. So, if a man don't got nothing to offer, just his body and his motherfucking he just there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got good talks. Do you think that's something?
That's lust. It's not love.
Not how's that? I'm saying some
Unconditional
women
love?
had commented that they can, and they had one girl said some funny shit.
And they
She
all
said,
lying. And the reason why y'all...
She said niggas in Painesville
Well,
get
come-
unconditional love from multiple women at the same
Well,
time.
come pick
though.
me up, 'cause I
Don't
need
have
it.
this
Yeah, well, it's always about niggas. Like, the world is so much bigger than that.
Well, come pick me up so I can get some of that unconditional love. I'm
My
some
whole
pain,
thing
girl.
is you gotta determine, and this is probably a different definition to everybody, but what exactly is unconditional love? Like, how many of us in this room have ever actually had unconditional love for somebody, and who was that? It was probably your mom's, one of your kids. How many chicks have y'all actually been with? Okay, we probably y'all dated and been in some type of relationship. How many chicks have y'all been with that y'all actually love unconditionally? And what was the standards to that shit? They either did something for you to love them that way, or they proved in some way for you to love them. I just don't believe that you love anybody unconditionally without them providing some type of.
No, because what they meant was with women, just because you might not give them unconditional love, somebody else will. Women and kids naturally get unconditional love by more than one person, just for being them. They don't have to do anything. If a woman's having a bad day and she's crying or something, people feel bad for her. If a man's having a bad day, nobody gives a shit. It's a difference.
Again, what it goes back to, what are you describing as unconditional love?
So that's unconditional love means basically, I love you irregardless of the conditions that surround us.
And y'all have had that
women get that.
If he broke, if he angry, if he depressed, if he whatever, unconditional mean no matter what the situation is going.
And as a man, you can't be broke.
Can men get that?
No. That's my question. Can anybody get that?
Yes, women can get that.
Again, besides for your mom, what other woman?
Women get that a lot.
But I'm saying besides, I'm asking y'all, everybody in this room, besides for your mother, who else have you ever had or ever felt had unconditional love for you besides for your mom?
For us?
For me as
nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Now, okay, you said you never felt that anybody had unconditional love for you. Now let me ask you this. I ain't saying, we don't have our share of women, whatever. How many of them have you actually felt unconditional love for? No matter what they did, no matter how much money they had, no matter what they said, you love that person no matter what.
Temporarily.
I've never in my life. And ladies, if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, if I told you I did, I lied and I'm sorry. But no, there's not a single one of you out there that I've ever been with or dated that I can say I had unconditional love for.
But what they mean when they say unconditional love is not by one person. They mean in general. Children and women are loved unconditionally. Whether you might not, somebody else will.
Well, it's the same thing with you. Whether
no,
women love you or not,
men don't get unconditional love unless, like you said, unless you are providing something, some type of finance. You got to be able to provide a home.
I believe that's with anybody in this world.
No,
you provide for somebody to love you. You have either provided them a service. You've been there for them in a time of need, which again, that's providing a service. It's not like you just pick out somebody and just love them for no reason. There's even mothers. We all agree mothers will probably get the most unconditional love out of anybody. There's even mothers on this planet. If you didn't feed your kids, if you didn't do this, you didn't do that, they did not love you.
What about fathers?
What did you hear? What I just said though? There's mothers on this planet. Mothers, we would agree, would get the most conditional love, yes or no?
Yeah, over a father.
Okay,
yeah.
Out of anybody on the planet, a mom would get unconditional love before anybody else, right? Okay, we also agree that there's moms on this planet that had their kids in the system, didn't feed them like they needed to, and were on drugs and shit, and did not still receive unconditional love, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you can say women receive that, but at the same time, they don't. Again, you have to provide some type of service or give somebody a reason to give you that love. You're not just getting it for no reason. I don't believe that.
No,
I believe anybody you've ever felt unconditional love for, if we've ever even felt that.
But let me break the question down more then. So
in general,
that's generally speaking. But I'm saying what unconditional love means in this aspect is a woman can be good. We're not talking about a woman that's fucked up. I'm talking about a woman.
Are you saying in a relationship the man only receives the type of woman,
type of woman
that the woman receives if he's paying bills, provide car notes, shit like that, feed the family? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying
In
more
general.
so we try. No,
Okay.
I ain't even talk about somebody that's doing something. We're talking about two ain't shit people right now.
Okay.
So you got an ain't shit bitch, she look good. You got an ain't shit nigga, he look good. She's gonna get love unconditionally by more men in this world than this ain't shit
That's a
nigga.
different question. I agree with you 100%.
And that's
You're
the
damn
root
right.
of what
That's
we're
a different
talking about.
question.
That's
a totally different
that's
question.
what we're
Right.
talking about.
That's
So, do men get love unconditionally equally as women do?
I wouldn't say equally,
No.
but it's pretty damn close. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I grew up and I lived predominantly in Painesville, Ohio. I don't know if they're just stupid. Again, women.
It's close. Niggas be
Now,
having hella chances.
Hold on. Now, women, again, I apologize. I don't know if it's just from where I'm from, but if y'all listen to this, I do apologize. But I've seen situations where the same, and y'all done seen them too. I'm not saying no names. I'm not pointing nobody out, but it's the same niggas that run around this city doing the same shit to the same women, and they get love no matter. They'll go to jail. They'll have 5 or 6 of them running to put money on the books and doing whatever.
Yep.
That to me is an unconditional love, and you could be the shittiest, done whipped on. I don't know how many bitches done stole from them, got them kicked out they little 45 cent a month rent.
That's not
crib,
unconditional
all that
love.
shit.
That's stupidity.
To be honest, those niggas
It's the
like
same.
that all have some. They got a little money. They got drugs. They have something that them bitches want and they're attracted to and they like.
It just be
So
good.
that's a
And
they
it's
providing
sad, and
something.
it's sad. It could just
That's
be
different.
Good. It could just be good dick. It's sad.
Or and it could just be good dick. But I said that's the base thing though. Like you at least got to be good looking and be good at sex. But for
So
women,
so
that's
what you
enough.
saying
Is what we
so what
saying.
you saying
For
is
men,
women-
that's not enough.
So you saying so women cannot have no job, no money, no car, don't take care of her kids,
Yep.
but all she got is some good pussy and she gonna get love unconditional.
Even
Yep.
if she don't, yeah, she's still gonna get unconditional love.
And a man can too, but
So we're saying it goes both ways.
Huh?
It's just you're saying more predominantly the women get the benefit of the doubt than the men do.
yeah, but a man could get that too to a
Are
certain
you asking
extent.
why that is?
No, I'm not
Or we
asking
just
why.
discussing it,
We
period?
discussing it because we feel like
Because us as
men
men,
do get that.
us as
Is my
men,
point.
Our pride is one reason. Because I'll tell you right now, back in the day, like I was on some silly shit. If you didn't smoke weed, that's the only requirement I had. I didn't fuck with you. So like when you get to tripping, I break the emergency glass and I hand you a blunt. Here, smoke this, and we cool.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, if you don't like, I don't have all my shit together, but I expect you to at least have what I don't have. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like we as men, our pride won't let us. Like mine won't. I don't know. I think it's fairly even.
It
'Cause
is.
Me.
In
I
the
don't know.
sense of you
I'm
looking
not
at it
gonna-
objectively, to you, it's
I'm not
even.
even.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna deal with you if you don't got something together.
But vaguely speaking, what I'm
Especially
saying,
unconditionally love you. Yeah, man.
Vaguely
That's
speaking,
me.
All men don't think.
in
like
general, that what I'm trying to say is a man, if he's getting unconditional love from a woman,
He's
right?
providing them a service.
He's not. It ain't even that. She's gonna have way more control over him and want to have
Exactly.
control over him. So I'm trying to get to the root of why I asked this question right now. So let me go for a second. So the women are starting to fuck with ain't shit ass niggas and act like they loving them unconditionally when they not. It's
Right.
just they can control them. And they literally are targeting these niggas and then trying to make it seem like we ain't shit. But you targeting these niggas because you know you can control them. Instead of trying to love a nigga that you can't control.
And then the narrative turns into niggas ain't shit when it turns into the niggas that you fuck with ain't shit.
accountability.
At
It's
the end of the
accountability.
day, man.
I say this.
And responsibility.
So at the end of the day, like, yes, men do get unconditional love to an extent
Right.
because there's some form of control with that.
I can
Women don't really have that.
So it's
I
not
can
just
only
unconditional love; it's something else that comes with
I
it.
can only speak from experience, okay? One thing is, okay, me at the age of 35, like, those of y'all that know me, like, I really don't date. Like, I've barely been in, like, real relationships my whole life. I've probably been in, like, 3, maybe 4 actual real relationships my whole life. One thing is, I don't date if I don't have my shit together or this or that going on, because I know from personal experience, if you're not providing a service, if you're not paying bills, if you're not feeding somebody, if you ain't got a 14-inch dick or some shit like that, you're probably not receiving love for genuine reasons. So me knowing that, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to even expect that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless I got this, or this, I'm not even bothering it.
'Cause the
So for
standards
those
are
of you
different.
out there that are going through that and don't feel that you are loved, that's cool. That's probably some real shit. But at the end of the day, you got to be smart enough to realize that and take yourself out of that situation, or don't approach certain women. You know which woman's not gonna fuck with you if you ain't got a job. You know which women ain't gonna fuck with you if you ain't got money. You know which bitch ain't gonna fuck with you if you ain't got a car. So at the end of the day, instead of you sitting feeling like you ain't loved because you're not providing these things, you should already know that this is how women are. Don't
Exactly.
It's accountability and responsibility on our part
or
too.
on the men's part. Yep.
On our part too. Again, I
Yep.
always say you can't help what you attract.
And I'm gonna get to the men.
You can help what you entertain.
I'm gonna get to the men. I'm gonna end it with the men. But good point. But the women, the thing is, what I'm trying to say is the accountability, right? So unconditional love. They find niggas that they place conditions on. They gotta stop doing that. You're placing conditions on these niggas because they ain't shit niggas. So start going for niggas that you really don't gotta treat that way. And I don't think they want to do that because they're gonna lose their control. Because when you got them niggas you can place conditions on and all that shit, you got control. So that's all I want to say to them about that aspect of it. For the men, like, disregard everything I said about the women, because that's shit ain't got shit to do with that. You got to get your shit together. Make sure you got your own shit and be a man. You won't have none of these problems. Everybody gonna love you unconditionally, nigga. So that defeats everything. When you be a man and step up and do all the things you're supposed to do, you get all the love you deserve.
And
to be honest.
if you feel like me, if you feel like you're not going to be loved or feel unconditional love unless you provide the service. Again, I don't know everybody's situations.
Get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I don't know.
Run, nigga, run.
My thing is that I guess you will find a chick where what you have going on or what you do have,
she'll accept you, pretty much.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with providing. Ain't nothing wrong with stepping your game up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like because you may find a chick that ain't got everything going on, you might want her to upgrade a little bit.
They go both ways.
That's cool. Y'all supposed to meet here,
right,
or somewhere, and then y'all build something. A lot of people don't want to do that shit. They want to already establish chick. They want to already establish. I see this shit all the time. Like, oh well, if you ain't got this, don't even bother hollering at me.
right.
That's cool. I don't need to talk to you. It's plain right there. You were looking for one of them dudes that we are talking about. One of them dudes that's already providing, doing this and that. And again, women, ain't nothing wrong with looking for that. That's
there's nothing wrong with having
That's on you.
standards.
That's on you. But don't get on here and want that and then find this nigga that ain't doing shit, that everybody in the city done been with, and then turn around and talk about niggas ain't shit. Like, come on, man. Like, man, y'all really do not want me to come
That's
on
what
here.
that's my
Y'all
point
really
though.
do not want me to come on
Because
here
girls
on a
is on my
regular
post
basis,
talking
man.
about these niggas like, I did this and I did all that and this and this and this,
Bro,
and I loved him unconditionally.
But at the same time,
he wasn't shit. You shouldn't have loved that nigga unconditionally.
the
That's
same-
my whole point.
At the same
They
time,
be loving the
what
wrong
I
niggas
learned about
unconditionally.
women, if you're not a yes man, if you don't do or provide or do exactly what they want when they want you to do it, then you're not shit. You'll never be shit. So again, that's responsibility and accountability on our part. We need to be away from you.
Yeah. All women ain't like that though.
No, I'm saying.
The ones
There's
that act that way.
situations
Yeah.
where if you're not doing this, and this, it ain't even about you not being, you ain't shit.
Right.
Just to her because you ain't doing what she wants
You
you
ain't
to do.
meeting her standards, but you might meet somebody else's standards.
Right?
Or somebody
You
might
find,
be willing to.
You find somebody worth providing for. Everybody gonna provide something.
Yeah.
The woman gonna provide something. The man gonna provide something. It's all about you meeting in the middle and finding somebody to provide for. It ain't tricking. It ain't simping. It ain't none of that shit. Especially if you got a family and y'all established and y'all living together. Y'all all putting in something on the daily where somebody, you know, she tricked her time off on the dishes. Whether you tricked your money off on the light bill, or she tricked her time off doing the dishes. She tricked her time off changing that pamper earlier today. it works both ways, man. Like, and the fact that you still think about it being tricking or simping, that's where you need to grow up and mature. Whether it be the man or the woman, if you feel that you're simping or that you tricking, or women, if you feel he tricking on you, that's where you need to grow up. Go find you one of these niggas that we was talking about. That's cool. You can have that. We see y'all. We know y'all. We know us three. We know y'all. We know the niggas that y'all mess with. It's okay.
I don't know. I don't be in y'all business.
Man, you done seen them on here. They
I don't know nothing.
Nigga. How many times you looked in there and said, "Oh, I give them 2 months.
Nope.
I give them 3 weeks."
I don't do it.
And you know.
I don't judge people.
Whatever. It ain't
Nope.
judging. Niggas speaking facts.
Nope.
They put that shit out there. Nigga ain't judging shit.
So, long story short, unconditional love don't mean you doing things and sticking around for an ain't shit ass nigga that's cheating on you, don't got his shit together and doing all that's not
stupidity.
That's stupidity. That's not unconditional love.
Give him some
Unconditional love is loving somebody who got their shit together and loves you, not cheating on you, not fucking. Because I think y'all think niggas that's fucking around and cheating around you loving them unconditionally because you staying with him and you put up with all that shit, you had a baby, whatever. That's just stupidity. That's not unconditional love. So
that's a good point. Another thing about that same shit you just said right there, bruh. A lot of women feel if you ain't fighting or arguing or there's a strain on the relationship, that it ain't worth it. If it's easy, if y'all getting along, that is not everything worth having is worth fighting for. You can get along and it's okay too. It's cool. Like you don't have to just fight or argue all the time for people to feel like it's worth fighting for or it makes sense. That's another thing where people.
That's just a volatile person, but
right.
It's toxicity. But we'll talk more about this another day. Next week we got some new topics for y'all. Darius probably gonna add what he want to add to it.
Yeah, we're putting a couple niggas on the hit list.
Yeah.
And,
but he was already on the hit list. He just not getting off again. So
What was this?
we'll save it for next week.
We'll save it for next week. Next week we might be at a different location. Y'all tune into the hit show. We got some more subjects, more music reviews, updated hit list, and we're gonna be doing our first actual event here coming up soon. We'll let you know more about it. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at the Hit Show Podcast.